Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Louisville Cardinals and the Colorado Buffaloes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Nestled into the gorgeous mountains in Boulder, Colorado, Folsom Field is a spectacular viewing venue for college football. The new coach has it rocking and rolling. Folsom Field continues to build on their tradition of the Buffaloes football team. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Cardinals ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And the Cardinals headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. The run inside. It's Young. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll ride him again. Taken down.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Rushes on. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Punt is in the air. On the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. The Cardinals are in the hurry-up. Sells the run, looking to pass. Finds his man. Breaks free, and he might be gone. and he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Cardinals have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on first. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Louisville! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Looking for space. It's Young. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's changing the play. Throwing, Lewis. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Looking down the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Lewis to throw. Complete on the left to Williams.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Straight ahead, it's Young. Pass to 6. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you can tell maybe a little bit nervous, maybe just not starting the way they wanted to, didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together, a good response from punting last drive.
Lewis. Out wide left, it's Harris. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. And the Buffaloes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, gonna throw it. Out wide right, it's Davis. Touchdown, Buffs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive, really be in sync and finally find the rhythm?
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. The defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Fresh center downs going to the air. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. That false start changes your mindset. Now you're second and long, 9 yards to go. He's looking to throw. Right side, it's Davidson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Cardinals want to pick up the tempo. Hits inside, it's Davidson. Surged ahead for a couple there, it'll be 2nd and 8. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say,
Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Byers on the move. Out wide right, it's Harris. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buffaloes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Send the tight end in motion. Here's Lewis to throw. Moving out to the right. He's going to take off. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Quick give. It's Young. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
And if anything, this offense has proven one thing, man. They're stubborn. Like, they're going to continue to run the football. That's who they are. That's the identity. They haven't showed great numbers, and they haven't done an elite job, but sticking with it, make this defense play honest. Now here in a 3rd and short situation, will they do it again? They'll still have 4th down afterwards, but they're being pretty stubborn with the run game.
Throwing. Lewis. Moving to his left. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Booster.
Lewis to throw for it on 4th. He's got it. First down and more. He goes down immediately, but boy, he knew where he was on the field. Just enough to pick up the first down.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Lewis. Extending the play. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly, and the defense is just kind of like, wait a minute, you got him? I got him? No? Well, that's good.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Davidson. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. I mean, I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air. But now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the 1st down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
2nd down to the air. Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And the Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, dude.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the 1st.
Making the adjustment on the play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davis. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And the Buffaloes can really attack on this second and short. Here's Lewis to throw. Gets rid of it. Got his man on the right. At the 35, he's open. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
He is snowed under nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Lewis wants to pass. Escapes the pressure to his right. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Lewis from the gun on third down. Rush right in his face. This defense had its work cut out for them. When a guy can get out of the pocket like that, it'll be 4th and inches.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off to scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
Fourth down, Lewis. Finds his man down the middle. Touchdown, Colorado! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
He'll bring it out. It's Davidson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Drops back on first down. Here comes the heat. He makes a catch. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. On target to the left. Louisville calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now on first down from the 43. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Looking left. And they're not on the same page there.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Long way to go on second down. From the gun, it's Davidson. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Got it, looking for the first down. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Got to make the play on fourth. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with a look at Wisconsin taking on the number 5 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Badgers coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course. So how they handle things from here will define this program. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country. Games that promise to have an impact on the standings.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Complete in the middle. The Cardinals come to the line in the hurry up. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Misses receiver there, it's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Back to pass on second down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one. And
he's going to take a shot. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. Looks it in. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Finds his target down the middle. And the Cardinals in the hurry up. Plows his way ahead. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Oh, he's got some space. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and...
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Back to pass, it's Washington. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a big 3rd down stop for this defense. Man, they're in field goal range. What do? You push them out of range by getting pressure on the quarterback and, most importantly, getting that fast guy on the ground. He can make plays. He can get outside the pocket. Nice discipline, nice structure by this defense, and possibly taking points off the scoreboard.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Throwing, Lewis. Buys time to his left. Unloads it left. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
Gonna have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20.
Red 54. Hey, move. Chip, slide. Hydro. Let it go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. He's looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. On the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to
looking for the end zone. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
2nd and long here. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Back's got it on the screen, and that did not work. Defense spelled that one out from the beginning.
Offense here just trying to outflank the defense on 3rd down, trying to get the ball to their running back on the perimeter, but nice job tackling the open field by the defense to now set up 4th down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up with it.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Leaves it with the back. Nowhere to go.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback changing the play. Third down from the gun, Lewis. Lets it fly. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Handoff again. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Lewis from the gun on third down. Takes a hit as he fires. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Louisville's offense has taken the field, and they look ready to go. So getting the ball back on that interception at least gives us a chance to have a finish in this one. The sure hands, it's Brown. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Cardinals moving quickly to the line. Selling the fake. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
A third and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Again, it's Brown. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Needs it here on fourth down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
The situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving the stadium with an A.
The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt. It's a fumble! Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Buffaloes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Buffs! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll pull it down and run. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass and was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. You got to make something happen fast.
And the Cardinals want to move quickly. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. He almost had another one. They've already picked off three and just a hair away from number 4 there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on down.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to it. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. They'll go to the counter play. All over him immediately. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left. Running inside. It's Davis. Down he goes. Eager to get the football back with as much time remaining as possible. The defense uses a timeout. 1:53 showing on the clock.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. He'll pull it down. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw it open.
And it's sucked out. Oh, and he's able to get it back. Good thing for him.
Well, the running back really lucky he jumped on his...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.